July 4th weekend ended on a sad note for U.S. soccer fans as they fell in the Gold Cup final to Mexico last night, 2-1 in a game that shockingly did not end in penalty kicks. Allie, I was watching this game and I realized not only am I I only watch soccer when it's national teams and like big finals like this or whatever, the World Cup. And I thought I knew a few of the rules of soccer. I realized watching this game, I have no idea. Even the rules I thought I knew.
Yeah.
Because the game ended in controversy. I'm not the only one that was confused and some were upset. But I thought a handball in soccer was when you touch the ball with your hand.
Yes.
And you're not the goalie.
Right.
Apparently, that's not the rule.
Apparently
you're allowed to just touch it with your hand.
Apparently not. There's a caveat for it, and a time when you can touch the ball, not being the goalie. And that is when I suppose you're breaking your fall, because that's exactly what happened to this certain player for Mexico, Luis Sanchez.
Yeah.
He fell on the ball, and his hand is fully on the ball. Obviously, it's not like just a quick little graze. It's
There's
fully
no dispute
palmed.
that his hand touched the ball.
No.
The dispute is, by rule, was it a handball? Because now I'm seeing the rules, and apparently there's room for interpretation. It's not just, did you touch the ball with your hand, as the name of the rule might indicate.
Seem, yeah.
But I'm reading the rules, though, it even still is not clear whether, and so that's why it's controversial and this was in the box, so if it was ruled a handball, which it was not after it was reviewed, if it was, it would have been a penalty kick.
Would have been a penalty kick.
And that would have changed the game.
Yeah, because at that point, I think it was still 1-1. And so that would have given the United States the lead. But Mexico obviously went on to win 2-1. So who knows? It may have gone to penalty kicks after all if they would have scored on a penalty kick there. But yeah, I would agree with you. Reading these rules, it is very unclear because it's like, okay, these just seem to be up for interpretation. Rule number 1 for handball: deliberately touches the ball with their hand or arm. All right, so it has to be deliberate. Okay.
Deliberate means you deliberated over it.
Yeah, it means
you thought about it.
You thought about it. You're using it as a defense.
I guess in the moment, clearly this guy, he didn't deliberately touch it because he was falling.
Yeah.
He didn't have time to think about it, and he was in the box. If he did think about it, he would have gone, I shouldn't touch this with my hand in case it leads to a penalty kick.
Yeah, you would think. So another thing is...
I don't know why I gave him that accent. He's Mexican.
Yeah.
I don't know. My hand.
Yeah, my hand. The next part of the rule says that it's a handball if he touches the ball with their hand or arm when it has made their body unnaturally bigger. So like the player has made their body...
I hate when my body becomes unnaturally bigger.
I don't know what exactly that means.
That happened a lot this weekend.
Like extending the arm out or whatever. So next part of it is that when they score on the opponent's goal directly from their hand or arm, even if accidental.
Obviously, that doesn't apply. So,
no.
So as someone who I'm assuming was cheering for the U.S., and that actually knows something or two about soccer, how upset are you now that it's all said and done?
I mean, it definitely sucks that they lost, but and U.S. and Mexico, they are kind of big rivals, and they always seem to be playing each other in the Gold Cup final. So it just is kind of a game for bragging rights, and it always is an intense game. But to come down to this type of controversial thing, it's never fun to look back on a call and be like, if only, you know, you hate it when a game comes down to that.
I always say this about other sports, basketball, football, where people complain about the referees. And I'm like, honestly, if it was that close, then it's not the referee's fault.
No.
It's your fault for having it, especially in basketball, be that close that it came down to one call. But in soccer, it's so different because scoring is so rare that referees actually can, like, if they
can make a huge impact.
Whatever they decide on this did make or break the game. Doesn't mean the United States would have won, but it would have given them the odds of them winning swung wildly based off the outcome of this one play and this one decision.
Yeah, but I still can see why they didn't rule it as a handball, so I'm not like super duper upset because reading these rules and seeing what happened, it's like, it is kind of up for interpretation on if this is a handball.
That's good that you have your emotions in check. I'm not upset, and it's because I just expect the United States to lose at soccer.
What? They've won the Gold Cup several times.
I know, but it's not our thing. You just got to accept it.